Chapter 3, Algebraic Manipulation and Formula. What we have here, I have already sent all the exercises in WhatsApp. You have the download and put all the files in chapter 3, okay? So we are going to do manipulation. I can work on manipulation of algebraic fractions. Yani algebraic manipulation formula degani algebra ifodalarini har xil shakllarga o'zgartirish degani. Soddalashtirish degani, o'zgartirish degani, qo'shish, ayirish, bu hammasi shu algebraic manipulation deyiladi. Va formula ustida ishlash. Bu temani oti shu, ismi shu. Nimalar bor ekan? Chapter birinchi bo'limda manipulation of algebraic fractions, simple algebraic fractions, multiplication and division of algebraic fractions, addition and subtraction of algebraic fractions, equations involving algebraic fractions, problem solving involving algebraic fraction. Today we will talk about these two things, maybe three, okay? And we will continue. So the first one is simple algebraic fractions. Yani kasrlar, oddiy algebraic kasrlar. When do we say that it is algebraic fraction? If it contains any variables in the fraction, we call this algebraic fraction. And algebraic fraction again, kasr nimani bilasan? O mikrofonni o'chirib qo'yibsan, ovozing kelmayapti.
Kasr nimani bilaman? Okay.
Kasr nimani bilasan? Misol uchun mana bu 1/2, 2/3, 5/7 bular kasr. Qanaqa kasrlarni algebrik kasr deymiz? Agar kasrning suratida yoki mahrajida har qanday bir o'zgarmas qatnashsa.
O'zgaruvchi bo'lsa,
har qanday bir o'zgarish bo'lsa, uni algebrik kasr deymiz. Misol uchun x plus 1 bo'lingan 2. Bu algebrik kasr. Nimaga? Chunki mana bu yerda o'zgaruvchi bor. Yoki bo'lmasam 1 bo'lingan x. Bu ham algebrik kasr, chunki mana bu yerda o'zgarmas narsa bor. Yoki bo'lmasam x minus 1 bo'lingan x plus 1. Bu ham algebrik kasr. Chunki surat va mahrajlarda yo bu yerda yoki bu yerda yoki ikkalasida ham o'zgarmas koeffitsient qatnashib qoladi. X, y, a, b yoki bo'lmasam a plus b.
bu yerda x minus 1.
Ha?
Masalan, hozir a plus b bo'lingan c bo'lyapti-yu. Shu ham algebrik kasr bo'ldi. Chunki bo'ladimi? Chunki ikkosida ham to'ka harf bo'lyapti-yu. Son qatnash shart emas.
Harf bo'lish shart emas. Suratda yoki mahrajida birorta harf qatnashgan bo'lsa, ya'ni harf demizki, matematikada o'zgarmas qiymat deyiladi. O'sha, ya'ni variable qatnashadigan bo'lsa, bu kasr deyiladi. Algebrik kasr deymiz. Demak, maqsad shu algebrik kasrlarni soddalashtirish birinchi qadam. Bular ham xuddi kasrlarni soddalashtirishga o'xshaydi. Misol uchun, if you are asked to simplify this, how can we simplify this fraction? You need to find the highest common factor, right? So the highest common factor of 42 and 63. Bu ikkala sonning eng katta bo'luvchisi qaysi? Ya'ni eng katta bo'luv degani mana 42, mana bu yerda 63. Mana bularning bo'luvchilari bor. To'g'rimi? Factor deymiz inglizchada. 1, 2, 3, misol uchun 6, 7, 14, 21, 42. Mana bu sonlar bu sonni 42 ni qoldiqsiz bo'ladi. 63 ni bo'luvchilari qaysilar? 1, 3, misol uchun qaysi bo'ladi? 7, 9, 21 misol uchun. Undan keyin 63, boshqa yo'q. Endi bu faktorlar. Qaysi bir common factor misol uchun umumiy bo'lishlar qaysilari? Mana 1 common factor, right? And 3 common factor. And 7 is a common factor. And 21 it is a common factor. Right? So among this we are saying that the highest one. Which one is the highest common factor? 21.
21.
Soddalashtiradi o'zi. Demak, 42 ni I can write it as 21 times 2. I can write it as 21 times 3. So these are the common factors. Cancel them out. So what is that here? 2/3. What we have done here is called simplifying algebraic fractions. So we have just simplified this or reduced this algebraic, fraction into its lowest terms. Yani soddalashtirish. Xuddi shunga o'xshab, mana bu algebraic kasr, to'g'rimi? Algebraic fraction, because we have letters here. More than one letter section. It's algebraic fraction. The same thing, 2442. Let's draw a fraction line. 2442, highest common factor is, what is it? 6. So I can write it as 4 times 6. I can write it as 7 times 6. Here we have a times a. So a squared, I can write it as a times a. Here we have b cubed. I can write it as b times b times b. And here we have b, right? And so we need to just cancel out the common factors. 6, 6, common factor. A, common factor. B, common factor. Any common factor left? No. So just put that here. Here we have 4, b times b, b squared. A, 7 times a, 7a. Tushunasizmi? Buni qilish uchun mana bu ikkita propertydan foydalanyapmiz. Agar biror kasrni, surat va mahrajini, if you are given any fraction, if you multiply it is numerator and denominator by a constant number or anything, so the value of the fraction remains unchanged. It does not change. Mana bu o'sha narsani ko'paytiryapmiz, misol uchun s ko'paytirdik. Mana bu narsani biz algebraic manipulation deymizmi? Manipulation. Manipulyatsiya qilish ya'ni. Biror narsa ko'paytirsan, biror narsa qo'shib ayirib tashlash yoki ayirib qo'shib tashlash, biror narsa ko'paytirib bo'lib tashlash, hammasi bular algebraic manipulation deyiladi. Asosiy nima mantiq shu. Mana misollar, boshqa misollar ko'raylik. Simplify the following expressions. Expression, or actually these are algebraic fractions because it's a fraction and it has letters, variables, algebraic fraction. The first one, a. How do you simplify this? We have already learned, right, studied how to factorize. What is the common factor here? A, right?
A times A.
A plus 4B squared. Over, also I can write it as A times 3B. Because we know that A times B is equal to B times A. So here this is a common factor multiplied, right? So cancel them out. What is that here? A plus 4B squared over 3B.
Endi buni yana ham soddalashtirsak bo'ladimi? Chunki bu yerda b kvadrat bor ekan, turi b kvadrat. Shuni soddalashtirsak bo'ladimi, bo'lmaydimi?
Yo'q, buni soddalashtira olmaysan. Aytib ko'paytiruvchi bo'lishi kerak. Qo'shimcha bo'lsa qila olmaysan. Agar biror narsa ko'paytirilgan bo'lsa, a times b, here we have a times c. It must be multiplied, not added. Then we can just cancel them out. Okay? If we have something like this, a plus b, let's say here we have a times b, I cannot do that.
Okay.
Wrong. Okay?
Okay.
We cannot do this. All right. Let's continue. B, 3t over, what is the common factor here?
T.
T. So t is a common factor. T minus 2. T minus 2. Right? And here it is multiplied. Two things multiplied, right? So that's a common factor. So we can cancel out common factors. So here we have 3 over t minus 2. How about C? What is the common factor in the numerator?
X.
X times, so here we have x minus 3 over, what is the common factor here? This 9 is 3 times 3. So 3 is a common factor. 3. So here we have x minus 3. So what is the common factor here? This thing, right? X minus 3, right? It's a common factor here. So our C here is, A is x minus 3, multiplied. So we can cancel them out. So what is that here? X over 3.
Okay.
Tushunarlimi?
Tushunarli.
Davom etamiz. Endi ko'paytirish, multiplication and division of algebraic fractions. Ya'ni biz algebrik kasr berilgan bo'lsa, qanday u ikkita algebrik kasrni ko'paytiramiz va bo'lamiz. Bu ham xuddi o'zimiz bilgan kasrlarga o'xshaydi. Agar bizga ikkita kasr berilgan bo'lsa, if you are given two fractions, a over b times c over d. How do you multiply these two fractions together? Multiply numerator by numerator, a times c, denominator by denominator, b times c. Right? And how about if we divide this c over d, I mean a over b, by c over d, dividing this fraction by this fraction. To do this one, first change this into multiplication, the second fraction change upside down, right? D over c. Then that's equal to a times d, b times c, right? This is how we multiply fraction, like 2 over 7 is divided by, let's say, divided by, let's say 4 over 20, not 20, 21, which is equal to 2 over 7. First, instead of division by multiplication, change this upside down. It is 21 over 4, which is equal to, now I can simplify this using this multiplication. That's equal to 2 times 21 over 7 times 4, right? Now I can simplify this 2 times 3 times 7, and this thing is 7 times 2 times 2, right? So this 2 common factor, 7 common factor, so that's equal to 3 over 2. Dividing a fraction by another fraction. In a similar way, in this question A, it's already multiplied, so I can write it as 4 times 21 over 7 times 32. So we have to simplify this now. Here we have 4 times 21. I can write it as 3 times 7 over 7. How about 32? Here we have 4 times 8. Right? So what are the common factors? So this 4 common factor. As you see here, all are multiplied by each other. 7 common factor. What is that here? 3.
Over 2.
What is that here? 8. Okay. How about in question B? In question B, multiplied. So first, if it's multiplied, draw a single fraction line. Here we have, write in alphabetical order. First 4 comes, and here we have AB, A times B, and here we have C times D. How about here? First 6, right? A squared. So here we have A squared, and the B, we don't have any other B, and here we have C squared times D equals. So this, let me just write one more time. You can do this mentally. I'm just explaining, that's why I'm doing everything one by one. This 4 is 2 times 2. Here we have A, B, C, D. When it's letters, we don't have to this multiplication sign, D. So here we have 2 times 3. A squared is A times A. Here we have B. C squared is C times C. And here we have D. Right? So common factors here. What are the common factors? So this 2 common factor, A common factor, B common factor, C and D
and D
equals. What is that here? 2, only 2 left in the numerator, over 3 left, and here we have A times C. So that is AC. Okay?
Okay.
Another example. First 3 over 10 multiplied, and after that divided. First, let me just change this into multiplication. So A, I can write it as 3 over 10 times 35 over 54. How do you divide this? Change this into multiplication and write it upside down. It is 15 over 14. Now I can draw a single fraction line and factorize as much as you can. So here we have 3. What is 35? 5 times 7, 15. 3 times 5. How about here 10? It is 2 times 5. 54. 2 times 27. That is 3 times 3 times 3. 14. It is 2 times 7. I'm just explaining here, but these things you should practice to do this mentally. You don't have to write every piece here. So this 5, 5, they cancel each other, right? This 7, 7 also cancel each other. And 3, 3 cancel each other. This 3, 3 cancel each other. What is that here? Only 5 equals 5 over. How about here? 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 3, 12, 12 times 2, 24.
24.
Okay.
Okay.
In similar way, our topic is actually algebraic fractions. How do you simplify this algebraic fraction? In similar way, first change this division into multiplication. Here we have times x squared z over, here we have y squared. And times, write it upside down. That is 2y over
2y over xz squared.
If we can see also here, we can simplify this x, right? X cancel each other because all are multiplication here. And this y cancel each other, right? Let me just, what is left here? Here we have 2, here we have x squared, and here we have z. Over, here we have y squared, and here we have z squared. Still, I can cancel, right? Because here we have z, here we have z times z. So here we have 2x squared over y squared times z. Now we don't have any common factor anymore. So we have simplified this fraction, and simplified form is this. Okay, so what we did here is multiply, divide, simplify. That's called algebraic manipulation, or manipulation of algebraic fractions. Okay. We can practice this. Further examples on simplification of algebraic fractions. Okay, now it gets a bit more, bigger problems. In A, we have one algebraic fraction is divided by another algebraic fraction, right? So what is the first step we have to do here?
We'll change
division into multiplication, right? So it is 4a minus 16 over a plus b times 5a plus 5b over 8. Okay, now I can write under one fraction, but when you're doing this, it's multiplied. Also try to factorize. Here we have 8. Here we have a plus b. And what is the common factor here? 4.
A 4.
So it is a minus 4.
Minus 4.
Times, here we have times. What is the common factor here? 5. 5. And here we have a plus b. As you see, everything is multiplied by each other, right? So a plus b, that's a common factor, right? So this a plus b, that's a common factor. And also this 4, 8 cancel each other, but here we have 2. So that's equal to, that's all, 5. Here we have a minus 4 over, what is that here? 2. Okay?
Okay.
Question B. Only single fraction, but we have to simplify this. So here, what is the common factor of the numerator? MC. So MC is a common factor. MC is a common factor. If MC is out, what is left here? MX plus, how about here? What is left?
1.
1 over, can you factorize this? As you see here, this thing, I can write it as mx squared, right? This one, plus 2 times mx times 1, right? And here we have 1 squared. What is it? We call this perfect square, right? This thing is equal to a squared plus 2 times a times b, right? Plus b squared. So that's equal to mx plus 1 squared. Right? So here I can write it as mx plus 1 squared. This mx plus 1 squared means we know that it is mx plus 1 and the mx plus 1. So here, this thing cancels with this square, right? Because one of them cancels each other. What is left in the numerator? mc. In the denominator, mx plus 1. So we cannot simplify this further because they don't have any common factor except for 1. So that's all. Okay?
Okay.
One more example and I'll finish the class for today, M.Aziz. Have some rest and continue solving. You need to solve more problems. Example 6. Example 7 next time. So the last example. Here we have question A. One algebraic fraction is multiplied by another algebraic fraction. So immediately I know that I'm going to write this as a single fraction. While doing this, also we have to factorize. What is the common factor here?
A.
A. So here we have A minus 2B times, how about here? Nothing. Let me just write here B minus A over, here we have A minus B times, what is the common factor here?
A.
A. So here we have 3 minus A equals, so here I can take minus 1. This B minus A, we can write it as minus A minus B, right? Because minus A times, negative 1 times A minus A, negative, negative plus B, the same thing. So equals, here I can write it as minus A times A minus 2B right? And here we have A minus B over, so here we have A minus B times A times 3 minus A. So here A minus B, they cancel each other, and A, they cancel each other, equals, and with this minus 3 minus A, here we have A minus 2B, right? And minus, bring this inside, so here we have A minus 3. All right. How about question B? Question B. So it is division. First, change it into multiplication. 3B minus C over C plus B times B plus C over C minus 3B equals, here we have, I can take this minus out using this property, right? Here, take this minus out. What do we have here? C minus 3B times, here we have B plus C over B plus C, C plus B, the same thing. So I can write it in alphabetical order, B plus C times, here we have C minus 3B, right? So C minus 3B, C minus 3B, they're all multiplied as a C. These are the factors, right? So C minus 3B, C minus 3B, they cancel each other. B plus C, they cancel each other. So that's equal to Negative
1.
negative
1.
Okay.
Okay.